CJ or Emo-san89. Today I'll be just going over a few topics that is near and dear to my heart that I have come to realize while being over here in Japan. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have all your copies of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Eevee, and your Smash Bros. Right now. Probably wondering, why is he talking about stuff that's already came out? Well, how about this? I'll do you one solid. If you remember the time when you were a kid and you go into the GameStop and you're wondering, hey, I want to get this game, Mom, can I please get it? And you go and reserve a copy, but you gotta put down $5. While being over here and as a grown-up now in Japan, all I had to do was go to the store called Geo or Yamada Denki, and I had already saved my copy reservation. What's funny is I didn't have to pay anything. So on the day of release of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I'm also inviting my friend John, or we call him Bunny. So he's coming into the vid, and he's going to explain to you a little bit of topics that, I probably have missed. So John, throughout the whole time of being here in Japan, when you reserve a copy, do we get anything fun and brand new, or do we get anything as an incentive for purchasing the games at that store?
So the way they do it here, Japan has this thing called first press editions and pretty much a special store pre-order, something that you don't expect in the stateside. Sometimes statesides will have the same thing, but it's not the same as what you expect. So I'm just gonna throw it out here. So like, for example, here's his copy of Pokemon Let's Go for Eevee for her take, and it'll come with something special. Because he bought this at Geo, he got himself a little Mewtwo statue, which is kind of something that you don't get in the States. Now, this is something that you don't see a lot for pre-orders, especially in Yamada Denki or anything like that, because these are kind of like these first press, like, hey, you get these for like a limited time. Once they're gone for good.
So usually, what you're saying is, so if I were to buy this game now, do I get any of this stuff?
Negatory, because usually Nintendo games always get like the highest pre-orders. So once they're gone, you're pretty much just buying the regular games.
So we're gonna go into new topics since Smash just came out yesterday, right? John, why don't you go ahead and give me that copy right here? Ready? So I got my pre-order of Smash Bros. Right here is my copy. I'm already enjoying it. Some of you guys are probably beating the game. I'm pretty sure John's already almost close to beating the game. But what's funny is that we both picked it up at the same time. Yes, you can order it on Amazon Prime. You can order it over Games.net or even A-Feeds if you're in the military. Yeah, you can do all that. But what's funny is that on top of me ordering all this, on my pickup purchase, I got a lucky bag of Smash Bros. Now, what's comes inside of it, I don't know. I haven't seen it. So what do we get? So, wow. Not only did you get a lovely bag with the emblem, Smash, you get what it looks like, a poster. Is that right, John?
Yes, it's a poster of the larger scale Battlefield. Now, the difference with this one compared to GameStop, because I've seen the GameStop poster, it's a lot smaller, but this one's actually a lot bigger, more scaled out. Which I will give you like a full picture of it once the editing gets done. But it's actually much more bigger in design and actually much more scaled compared to its GameStop poster.
And usually when you order stuff like this, don't you have to pay like an extra 25, maybe 30 bucks just for a poster and a bag?
Well, when it comes to certain people, yes, because these things usually are extremely limited when it comes to Japan, States. Now, Nintendo New York does have something like this, but you don't see these in like retail stores like GameStop, Best Buy. These things are very hard to get. You may get like a little coin here and there, or like a cheap poster, but never like this.
So, as a kid, I'm growing up and I'm like, Mom, can I get all these stuff? And she's probably wondering why you need all this extra stuff. Back then you could, depending on how your situation was. I'm not saying everybody's privileged or anything, not like that. I'm just saying some of us, we couldn't afford to get a poster, to get a baggie, or even get like a little figurine, like I showed you a minute ago with Let's Go Eevee. I had like a figurine. I bought the game for, let's say, retail price is about 68 bucks, give or take a tax. Yeah, you're paying tax, but depending on the yen rate or euro or pound, you got all of that for free. And you're probably wondering, free? Really? You got that? You got all that for free? Yes, like he was saying, because I was the first one to purchase my stuff, I got the Pokeball that was already inside of it. Now, if you go get your copy right now, it doesn't come with the Pokeball. It doesn't. Or if you get your Smash and you pre-order like a deluxe version or anything, it doesn't come with the bag of poster. No, it does not. Unless it does. Or
with the American version, they have the Smash Bros. Special Edition, which comes with Pokemon and all that, which in Japan they don't, but we do have like the bag and poster and all that. Now, if you were like at stores like Nintendo New York, which they do have a midnight launch there, people pick up Smash, but they also got like free coins, hats, and all that. That's just a different story. Now, if you're looking at like stores like GameStop, Best Buy, you're just gonna get the game. And you don't really get like, you get like maybe a poster, like a 2-set poster. You can easily just go to GameStop, ask them like, hey, can I get a poster? They usually give it away anyway.
Yeah, they usually give it away. Now, I'm not saying like the game. I'm not trying to bash on GameStop, or Best Buy, or Nintendo New York, or whatever you have in your neighborhood. I'm not bashing on any of that. I'm not trying to produce like Net Geo's the best or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that in America we overprice and overtax most of all of our toys, if you will, just to make a profit. And I'm coming to a third world country. I don't know nothing about them except for when John takes me to go out. I'm already exposed to so much quality, so much care, and they actually remembered to call you. I know when I went to GameStop back at home, they didn't call me for Adam. They just said, hey man, come pick up your stuff on launch day, which you could have a line from here to pretty much around the corner. I don't know if it was similar for him, but I know for my fact in my hometown in Hawaii too, they were notorious for lining up from one store to almost to the gym. That's how bad it was. And I'm pretty sure it was pretty much similar in San Diego when I lived here. How about you?
For me, when it comes to like midnight launches, it varies, especially with today's world where now everything's going digital. So for me, it was kind of like a hit and miss. When I was in San Diego, I guess like I go to GameStop one day. I think it was when I was going to go pick up the new Call of Duty at the time. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And the line was kind of fair. It wasn't a lot of people, but it was something. And then when I was at the line for the Nintendo Switch, it was pretty much like all the way outside of the store.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it varies where you're at, really.
So again, this whole video is not to bash on anything in regards to GameStop or Best Buy or Amazon Prime or anything like that. There's nothing. This video was not to be like that. I'm not trying to sponsor myself to any of these companies or anything like that. Nor is Mr. John right here. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to show you that while being overseas, take the time to go out, go investigate around the culture around here, because you never know. You might find a gem store, which, by the way, if you go to different Net Geos, you might get different stuff. I went to one particular spot, I got a poster. He can attest to you that he goes to another Net Geo down the street, he gets something totally different for pre-ordering. Is that right?
I would say you're somewhat right to an extent, because even though Geo's at the same store, it's the items that you can rarely find at times that you're looking at. Because I went to 2 different stores here, because we're in Okinawa.
Yeah.
One store actually stocked up the Pokemon Switch. The other store stocked up the rare Dark Souls 3 PlayStation 4, which you don't find anymore. So, like I said, anywhere you go, you get anywhere different. So, like, I want to say when I was in Akihabara the other day, I went to Geo there because it was in near the main city area. So I went in there, checked out the store, and surprisingly to my luck, I was surprised they had the very rare PlayStation 4 Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain system, which you can buy that anywhere else, unless you're willing to import it for like almost more than $600, be my guess. But I was surprised I was able to find it for almost the same MSRP that it was costing at that time.
And I want to bring up the fact, like, John, didn't you also buy a PlayStation in regards to the release of Monster Hunter?
Yes, I did.
How much did that cost you?
It cost me about $450. Now, keep that in mind. This was during the time before GameStop announced we're gonna have our own Monster Hunter bundle exclusively to GameStop. So these things were very rare to buy, and they're sold out for most of the world. I was able to pick mine up with sheer luck. System's region free, so everyone already knows that. And knowing the fact that I was able to pick up this console was actually worth it.
Yep.
Now, if you were like one of those guys that's like, oh man, I really want this console, like if you go around in Japan, like mainland or Okinawa, you will be able to be lucky to find any of these types of systems. Not because I'm saying like you're not gonna be able to find it, you're out of luck. You just have to look around like 3-4 different geos, or different Yamadenkis or whatever, and you'd be able to luckily find one. No problems.
So, an end statement. So, when we're wrapping up this video, because it's starting to get a little too long, but however, so I brought into the fact that coming to Japan myself, my experience of pre-ordering games has been a lot better than going to any AV store, any GameStop, or any Best Buy, or even Amazon Prime. And I'm not trying to diss any of those companies, because again, I also purchase stuff over there on the internet, and I love that. You know, I can talk to an English rep and I can understand them. But however, being over here in Japan, you know, I'm pretty sure they're taught to learn at least 1 or 2 languages, English being primarily the dominant one. They cater to all my tastes and questions I didn't understand, like, you know, does this work on my Switch because I got a Switch in America? Oh yeah, it works. Or can I, you know, pay in card? And they were like, yeah, there's no surcharge fee. I experienced the utmost quality, and as far as presentation of the store, it was 9 out of 10. Like, the store itself was clean. I felt like I could walk in there. There was a bookstore on the left hand side. There was a phone company on the right. There was a coffee shop down the street. Like, I could literally walk in there and I felt like at my comfort. I could literally dress up like this and I didn't feel like I was so grossed out. So quality of the store going out here in Japan was 9 out of 10 for my book. What about you?
For me, I would say it's 9 as well. Like I said, I've been knowing about these game stores for a while, so for me, I was slightly familiarized with the experience, but I just never went into them.
Yeah.
But, you know, for me, being familiarized with all these game stores and showing you which store it is and the differences with them, you see, like, because, like, compared to AFES right now, AFES doesn't have, like, a lot of stuff I want, so I'm like, well, how am I going to get what I needed, because it's not out yet.
This is for military personnel, by the way. All you guys can think, oh, AFES is the only place you can buy your video games. Try to check this out. Take a minute to go outside post and go and investigate NetGeo, Yamada Denki. It takes like not even 10 minutes from base. I promise you.
Or if you're in mainland, also check out some of the other stores there too. They also got some really good game stores there too as well. And anywhere you go, really, it's a lot better quality, a lot of better games. They even take the time to cater on retro games, which I gotta give credit to the mom and pop shops in the States that keep that stuff going. Because you don't see those now these days, especially when you're a kid. Like, say your PlayStation 1, you've been missing and wanted to play it again. We can go to those mom and pop shops. They always got those fucking systems. They got the games. I would like to, like, if you go down to Akihabara and like you take the time to go to vacation or whatever, even if you're a military personnel, you're willing to take vacation, check out Super Potato if you're a retro gamer, because they actually take the biggest care on their retro games ever. Like, I've never seen like anything like that. Like, I feel like I'm holding a brand new copy of a Sega Dreamcast game, wrapped up, disc is clean, book is perfect.
Yeah.
And you know, this is something that you don't expect now these days, especially in game stores and companies and pre-orders and all that stuff.
So he's trying to pretty much say is that just being out here and investigating, taking the time to appreciate the little things such as mom and pop stores, that the quality of handling is way different than going to a GameStop. It's way different. So the quality of care is, in my book, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say, for me, I'm still sticking with 9. The quality of care is still going to be great regardless. I can't just say it's perfect, because anywhere you go, there's going to be like a minor difference.
And that's just from my opinion. That's his opinion, but we're just saying it's rated high in our book. And again, going to the little stores and really doing your homework and going out there and seeing what's out there, what they sell and stuff like that. Like again, I can't even get you to even understand. Like, when I bought my copy of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I literally got the Pokeball. And I seen some stuff in the stateside, like it just comes with just the game. It's just in a fancy box. Like, you can get the Pokeball now.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you can get it with one as well too in the States, but the way how they do it is that the yen rate's like low for us. So we were kind of lucky, kind of became less lower in the States. The stateside was like $99, $99.99.
I bought this for like $89, and I got everything: game, Pokeball, and the figure. Now, I'm not saying that that's how it should be every single time. No, I get it. People gotta make a profit. But as far as coming with bundles and keeping it in stock, 9 out of 9, 9 out of 10 for me. And finally, again, for the price and quality, the convenience of going outside, and instead of just relying on e-stores and PlayStation.net, whatever, I'm not bashing on any of the companies. Again, I am not, because I am an advocate, and I still spend my time to go on the net and just buy the copy, because I am not lazy, and I'm pretty sure he's lazy at times too. All right, we get it. I understand you, I feel you, but as a person that has experienced that both online shopping and just going out there and just taking the time to realize what's out there for me, the experience was phenomenal. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Again, my name is CJ Emo, EmoPlink89 or EmoSign89, however you want to follow, subscribe, like. If you don't like, just give me a comments and let me know how you feel about this. And if you want to follow my buddy on Twitch as well, what's yours?
Celebrating 21.
All right. We're gonna start producing more content of our games and our gameplays. You'll see a lot of us going in tit for tat, but this is just a little introductory in what this channel is about. I am a normal person. I go out, I go party, I go to the gym. I don't look like it, because like right now I look like the most funniest person you can see. And you know what? I just want to get you out there, get you off the couch, go outside, go play, go find out these little gem stories. All right. I am an advocate of playing video games. I love video games. So I'm 29. I'm still playing video games. I'll probably play video games until I'm 50. He's about 23, so yeah, go figure. Anyways, this wraps it up. It's situated. See you guys again, and aloha.